Hey, what's up guys, Auto Fanatics. So today's video on the Acura Integra Type S, we're going to be doing a Whiteline Racing heavy duty rear sway bar with their mounts and the poly bushings. Now, I sold a set of my H&R springs to a guy and he had it on his car and he highly recommended it. Then I started researching it and people are saying that this makes a substantial difference in the way the car turns in and handles. So I'm all about handling. And I think the car handles amazing as it is, but if there's any way to improve it, I'll definitely try it out. So I'm not going to really show you the install video. It's pretty simple. Just got to undo the end links from the lower control arms, bolt this all in, and we're going to come back in a little while. I'm going to do a road test, and I'm going to give you guys some feedback as far as what I feel this bar does. I'm probably going to go on the hardest setting right here. This is adjustable. They also make one that's non-adjustable as well. Another upgrade we're going to be doing, probably not today because I can't get the alignment done for a while. We're going to be doing these forged SPC camber arms. So this is going to dial in much more camber if you have a clearance issue, if you have any rubbing. SPC is a really, really good brand. We've actually used a lot of their products over the years, and we recently just used them on a brand new Mustang GT Performance Pack that we did a full suspension upgrade. So I'm going to get the car up in the lift. We're going to put this in. I'll probably come back on. I'll show you guys when the bar is mounted, and then we'll do a little bit of a road test, and I'll tell you guys what I think of this bar. Also, for anybody that's got this bar, tell me what setting you think is ideal for the street. Do you go full hard or do you go to the outer edge just to get a little bit more snap? Either way, I mean, it's pretty easy to probably swap it out. I don't think it's a big deal, but I'm going to probably go full hard, and we'll go for a road test, and we'll see how it is. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a little while. I just want to show you guys on the lift. This is the sway bar end link. They're 12 millimeters with the 12 millimeter mount, and it goes all the way across to this side. So we're going to undo everything and try to snake it out without dropping the exhaust. But you can see it right there. That's the factory sway bar. When I get it out, I'm going to put it on the bench and I'm going to measure the thickness with my caliper just to kind of see the difference between the original and the Whiteline. All right, guys, got the bar. It literally took me 5 minutes to get it out. So here's the factory bar. We're at 21.34, and the Whiteline bar, we're at 22.36. So it's about a millimeter thicker, but I think the way this bar is designed it's much heavier than this one. So we're just going to swap over the end links. Also, you know, these are the factory stamped steel brackets, but we're going to put the better stamped steel brackets on that are laser cut, and we're going to put the poly bushings, grease them up, and get it in the car, and we'll see how it is. So you can kind of see here, if we go from here to here, okay? So we're gonna put the bar on the stiffest setting. We're gonna try it out. If the car acts a little weird, we'll switch it back next week. So there you go. Only about a millimeter difference. I think Eibach makes a bar for this car that's 26. I think I saw that online for the Civic, but it might be for the older Civic. But there are several companies that make bars for this car. I didn't want to go too big. I think a little step up and a little better torsional stiffness is going to make a pretty big improvement on this chassis. All right, guys, the Whiteline sway bar is in. It actually took a little longer than I expected. Getting the original bar out was really easy. Maybe that 1 millimeter difference makes up for it. I don't know, but it only took me like 15 minutes. All I did here, I undid this exhaust rubber and I undid this exhaust rubber, and kind of just snaked it in there because the orientation kept getting wonky. So that's the orientation of the bar with the end link. Everything's bolted up, torqued down the factory spec. So we're gonna get the car down on the ground and gonna go for a road test, strap the camera in the car, we'll talk some more about it. I hope the car feels a little bit different. Hope it's noticeable, and I'll report back to you in a couple of minutes. So come along for the ride right now. All right, guys, so this is the first road test with the Whiteline rear sway bar, and just playing around in the parking lot of our shop. The car's grip from the back is insane right now. It actually feels like the car's got rear steer like my AMG GTR. Another thing that I noticed, ever since I lowered the car with these aggressive wheels and tires, I was always getting a little tire rub on the inside of the fender wells in the rear. And since the sway bar, I was throwing it around in the parking lot, there's no more rub anymore. So I definitely think it was worth the 15 minutes of time and the $200 or whatever it cost me. But this thing is just, this car is just so impressive. It really is. Oh, Civic Type R just went by. The old version. to take it up on this road after we get rid of his cars, and we're going to whip it around, and we'll talk some more about it. So, all right, guys. So on a favorite back road over here by the shop, and the car feels even better than it did prior to the sway bar install. Now I have it on the hardest setting. I don't know if that's the way it's going to stay, but if any of you guys have done the bars, let me know what setting you have it on. If you have an adjustable rear bar, if it's worth keeping it on the stiffest setting on a front wheel drive car, I have no idea. I haven't put sway bars on a front wheel drive car since my Volvo 850R. We did IPD sway bars. That was like a big thing back in the 90s. And that transformed those cars, aside from everything else we did. But the car feels good. It feels like it's got like a little bit of a rear steer. You can feel the back of the car rotate. I can feel the grip of both of those rear tires, where as prior to that I was getting a little bit of tire scrub and I felt more grip in the front than I did in the rear. Now the car's rotating a hell of a lot more. Wow. Oh my god, this thing is such a pleasure. This car is so much fun. It really is. A little bit of torque there. So it takes this turn right here. Wow. Oh my god. Jerry, how does it feel to you sitting in the passenger seat?
It's pretty good. Seems pretty sharp.
Oh my god. I tell you, man, I wouldn't have bought this car if I didn't think this car was really, really good. It just, I still can't believe it. I still can't believe how good this car is for the money. So, I'm going to put the rear control arms on maybe in a week or two when I get time, and then I'm going to recalibrate the alignment. But I don't want to do it yet. I want to do one thing at a time to kind of drive it and see what the incremental performance changes are. But so far, that rear bar has made the back of this car stick like glue, and the turn-in is much more precise. It almost feels like the car's got all-wheel drive now, and it's biting from the rear. Oh my god. Yeah, really, really impressive. So that's my review of the Whiteline adjustable rear sway bar on the 2026 Acura Integra Type S DE5. Once again, super impressed at the aftermarket parts that are going on this car to make it even better than what it is. So every little step is just making it better and better and better and more sportier and high performance. So guys, stay tuned to the next video. We'll get the rear control arms on and dial in the alignment a little bit more, and I'll let you know if those SBC control arms are worth their money. But I think they're going to be a much better solution. Some people are doing the lower control arms, those stamped steel ones. I don't think they were called RVLs or something. There's one of those companies. But I think the SBC stuff, being that it's forged aluminum and it's lightweight, is going to be a much better solution. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.